Today is the fourth day of June, a new month, hurricane season. And I have to comment on the Tribune writer today concerning Paul Roll. Now, I'm not making any excuses. It may be that the people that just got promoted from Abaco was already up for promotion by Anthony Ferguson, but they ought not have been up for promotion because I've already came to Nassau and reported them to Anthony Ferguson. I went as far as to put a writ against these policemen in Supreme Court. And when you see a citizen then pocket up money to go to the Supreme Court and to tell the commissioner of the police of the crime that these police committed against Admiral Mills, and the police new commissioner approved their promotion, then the Tribune reporter named by Mr. Roll, who did the piece in today's front page of the biggest paper in the Bahamas, the Tribune, that said the new commissioner of police, Anthony Roll, is trying to stomp out corruption within the police force. I will say that is not the case. He's not looking good so far. These people, if they were promoted, that means Anthony Ferguson, he was the last commissioner of police that turned it over to Paul Roll. If Paul Roll promoted these policemen that's from Abaco, he's just as bad as them. Because I've already went to Supreme Court and got a judgment against them. Corporal Ellis, that they promoted sergeant, I have 2 lawsuits against him in the Supreme Court. And he have already found guilty. We're just waiting on the assessment for him to say how much he's going to pay me. We have Murphy. This guy was in charge of traffic in Abaco, Murphy. In the front of all places where he's supposed to protect, in the front of Commonwealth Bank, Murphy went into my taxi, opened the door, took my $2,000, and carried my keys. I walked from Commonwealth Bank to the Marshall Police Station that is located in Dunderstown to report Murphy. All they did was send Murphy to Megrona. I understand that Murphy also got promoted under the same Paul Roll. Then you have Deanso Cash. This guy he's been the crookedest police in the history of this country. Cash was also in charge of traffic. For some reason, when it's in charge of traffic, they are in charge of that cash flow. So they believe that cash belongs to them. It's next one, these huge number players. He left Abaco as an inspector. I don't know that if he got promoted. Then you have Wendell Clark. Wendell Clark was in charge of Abaco as superintendent. He also bragged not about being a police. His claim to fame is he's an attorney. Well, I took Wendell Clark to Supreme Court for false arrest, false imprisonment, and all the rest of it. Wendell Clark is a lawyer. He didn't show up to the Supreme Court, so I got a judgment in default for him. You see, Wendell spent so much time being drunk. They brought Wendell Clark into Abaco to try to save his liver, but they didn't recognize that Abaco also had a lot of liquor stores. He's down by Cleveland and Treasure Key every day with a big wine glass, getting bossed up. The police has to drop him there, and help him get into the car because he can't even walk as the man in charge. So I reported him, what happened if there's an emergency? If Wendell Clark cannot stand up to walk as the superintendent, the police in charge of Abaco cannot walk the police car. A junior officer, what morale was he showing a junior officer when the junior officer had to hold him as a drunk, the man in charge of Abaco, and bring him into the car and take him into his house? I film all of this stuff, sent it out there. Where is that drunk Wendell Clark today? I think he's still on in Grand Bahama. Well, Grain Slade, you got your hand full with them. It seems like all the crooks out of Abaco, they sent them right to Grand Bahama. So you got a bunch of them that went through Abaco down there. But when somebody said the other day, say, all they got to do is listen to Kai Mills' video and they learn so much. In America, what is going on in America, that has happened so much to Kai Mills in Abaco, the abuse of power. Every time Kai goes up to run or say I'm announced that I am going to run, they put me into the courts. You would think that the courts in Abaco would be a line of defense. But in court in Abaco, we all the black brothers say, the courts in Abaco is good for the whites. It's destroy the black. If a white man is in court and he doesn't even have a case, they will call him up. Mr. Albee, I see you there. You have a case? No, I'm just listening. Okay. I don't want to keep you long. But when Kai Mills have a case, this is happening for last 2 years, I will get a traffic case and I will sit in the court from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Everybody will be called for 2 years. Even the Haitians that have a case that being deported. I am an elected official in Abaco, and Kai will sit there as a taxi man. Your day is lost. So you lost all that productivity and you're being punished by the courts because for 2 years, I am the last person that called. I have friends that come in to support me and they say, Kai, why? Every time your case is the last case to call. I say, ask the magistrate, this is her court. Kai is here only for traffic. Not guilty every time, but I spend the whole day. The police has been the worst of the worst. In the Bahamas, everybody, the main public believe it's okay for the police to brutalize somebody once it's not their children. The police also have kids, and the things that the police do to people, they wouldn't want it to happen to their kids. Life is a cycle. What you do unto others will eventually come back to you. So y'all could abuse these people's children much as you like. Every time in court, I see on TV, the fella said he needs to go to the doctor because the police beat a confession out of him. You imagine the police beating the hell out of you until you get tired of getting beat, punched, bag over your head, that you say, okay, I did it. Knowingly well that you didn't do it. But the pain that the police inflict onto the innocent persons to cause them to lie on each other, it has been doing this for years in the Bahamas. In order to be a good investigator, you got to be a good abuse of people's rights. You got to beat the hell. They had one in Freeport. They call him Big something down there in Freeport. Big Jew or something like that. It was something that they always do. Oh, Big Jew coming for you, better come. Because they know this police going to beat the hell of you. And the courts and the community allow Big Jew in Freeport to beat the hell out the citizen in Abaco. What happened to the young man that came to assist, standing in the doorway? The police assassinated him. To date, the police is hiding him. The police is hiding his name. Nobody knows who this police is. Nobody knows what's going on with that case. And this just recently after the hurricane. The abuses across the board. In Abaco, we had a police offload his gun in the bar, drunk, drop the clip, drop the gun while he's trying to load it, shoot the gun up in the parking lot. What happened to that police? Then we had videos after the hurricane. The police got their Guinness bottle, slamming people with Guinness bottle out of uniform, and they keep saying, we are Nassau police, we don't play. We'll destroy you. We're Nassau police, we ain't no Abaco police. Like, Abaco police and Nassau police, there's two different police force. But that is what they've been doing to Abaconians since the hurricane. We're Nassau police. We're brutal. We didn't come here to play. That, Mr. Paul Roll, you need to change. What happened to the murder, the recent murder, assassination of this young boy when the police went and got a machete and put in the dead boy's hand that was standing in the door? There was witnesses to testify to this, to give statement to this effect. Why is this policeman name has not been called? Is he still a policeman? So, Paul Roll, if you're trying to clear up the force, you start with Kevin Ellis, Murphy, Deanso Cash, and Wendell Clark. These one has a judgment on them in the Supreme Court for crimes against Admiral Mills. And I'm also an elected official. So if they do this to me, who is an elected official to date, I'm elected to serve the people that understand. What do you think they do to the common man off the street? And it's said that you promoted them. The first thing you did, Paul Roll, is to promote a den of thieves and crooks. 90% of them that came out of Abaco was crooks and thieves. Even after the hurricane, LSOs were stealing grocery. How low could you get stealing groceries? And they are celebrating under Paul Roll. They got a promotion for being the biggest crooks on the police force. Kai case. And I say to Paul Roll, you're not trying to clean up the force. You are creating a den of cockroaches. All of them that came from Abaco. They ought never be promoted. A matter of fact, they ought not be on the police force. It's one of these Kai care video. All Paul Roll got to do is watch my video or call Kai in. Kai have the data. I have the Supreme Court cases. It is written. They are being found guilty in the highest court of the land for being crooked cops. Kai care. Paul, you call me. I'll bring you the paperwork. If you really want to get these cockroaches off the police force, Kai cares. Call me.